Hi, welcome to Winding video series part 4. Today we will be discussing the armature winding terminology, third section. First term is coil connection. What is a coil? We already discussed. Coil groups also discussed. Here we are seeing two coil groups, one here and one here. Inside the coil group, how the coils are connected. That will be known as coil connection. Let us see. So this is the first coil, this is the second coil. This is the start of the first coil and it is going like this and coming back, and this will be connected to the next coil. So start this end and end is connected to start of next. So this is the way coils are connected inside the coil group. The end to start method. End to start method is for coil connection. So inside the coil group, coils are connected end to start method. Now we will be discussing about the pole connection. So this is coil connection, and let us see the next term, pole connection. So this is one coil group, this is one more coil group which is making poles. The coil poles will be connected between coil groups. So this is in one section, the opposite connection will be in the other section, this will be in one section. Okay, so these two poles has to be connected. How it is being connected, let us see. So this is the start part, this is the finish part. How it is, this is the start of this coil group, this is end of this coil group. End of this coil group is connected to the end of the next coil group. So it is end to end connection here. So the pole connection, it can be end to end connection or start to start connection. So the coil connection and pole connection differences we have discussed now. So when you are drawing the diagram, you have to make connections finally. The pole connection will be start to start and end to end, and coil connection will be start to end or end to start. Now we are seeing four coils like this which can make four poles. How the poles are created, that is depending on the connection. This type of connection is known as adjacent pole connection. That is, S is available, N is available, these are adjacent or nearby, and it is continuing. The adjacent connection of poles will be from start to start and end to end. How it is done? This is start and this is ending. This end connected to another end, and this start connected to start of next, and this end to the end of next group. This is going out. So this becomes one set of ways winding for pole connection. So adjacent pole connections are made as start to start and end to end connection. Now alternate pole connection will be start to end connection. Alternate. The difference you can see, this is one pole, this is connected to the alternate, not adjacent. Adjacent is very nearby, alternate by the after one item. It is known as alternate pole connection. So this pole is connected to this pole. How? Let us see. This is start and this end is connected to start of alternate pole, and it is returning to supply. So we are having four coils making four poles by which connection? Alternate pole connection. So this is known as start to end connection. Now these are connected in parallel, we can say. Now alternate pole connection has have additional option. With the four coils only we can make 8 poles also. 8 poles. How it is made 8 poles? The direction of current you can see, it is upper side, this is lower side, and this is having difference in poles, polarity. So this will be creating 8 poles totally. So with the same coils we can increase the number of poles, making everything in series. In the previous case we have seen it was parallel. Now this is main incoming is here, main outgoing is here. So totally we are getting 8 poles. So this type of connection, combination of alternate and adjacent pole connection, we can make pole changing motors, a motor with either one set of poles and it can be reconnected to another set of poles. Pole changing motor used for two possible speed. If a 4 pole and 8 pole motors are used for speed variation, it can be running at 1500 rpm or 750 rpm. And in alternate pole connection, how it is done? Start to end connection. Let us see. This is start, this is end. End is connected to alternate start. So end to start connection or start to end connection. And if it is connected in all in series, it is creating 8 poles. If you are going back, the same item which will be connected in parallel like this, it is coming back and going out this way. So this is main incoming, main outgoing. This again will be going out to the next set, it will be coming like this and it is coming back. So the set remains 4 poles only. So this is the use of alternate pole connection, and in alternate pole connection you remember start to end or end to start. Now we will be discussing about phase connection. Phase connection, we already know star and delta connection. Once you are making a phase connections or windings in the machine, we have to connect it in star or delta. That is known as phase connection. Let us see a figure. 3 phases are coming like this and you are seeing the 3 things are shorted here. So you can say what type of connection it is. What type of connection it is? Obviously it will be star. So the motor is connected star in the windings. So this phase connection is star type. Now the next term, it is whole coil winding. Whole coil winding. We are having coil groups. Okay. If you are knowing the number of poles and number of coil groups per phase, if the coil groups per phase is equal to number of poles, then it is known as what? Whole coil winding. If you are having 4 poles, the machine will be having in that phase 4 coil groups per phase. 4 poles machine, then per phase 4 coil groups will be there. Now we are seeing an example, a 4 pole shaded pole motor. It is connecting like this. So first pole, second, third and fourth pole. 4 poles are there and 4 coil groups. This is one, this is second, this is third and 4 coil groups are there. Here. So coil groups, when it is equal to number of poles, it is known as what? Whole coil windings. And in the whole coil winding, the connections are made end to end. Let us see. This is end and this is connected to the end or start to start. So end to end or start to start method will be connected in whole coil winding generally. Next is half coil winding. In the ceiling fan and double speed motor, we will be using half coil winding. And the half coil winding, it is having coil groups per phase as P by 2. If P is the number of poles, P by 2 will be the coil group per phase. We will be seeing an example of a ceiling fan. Ceiling fan, we know it is having a starting winding and running winding. And we are considering 24 pole machine. It is having 24 pole machine. And we can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coils. Each coil is a group itself. So 12 coil groups in a 24 pole machine, starting and running winding individually having 12 coil groups, and that is known as half coil. That is 24 by 2. It is 12 per winding. This is a phase winding. This is one more phase winding, starting and running. So this is having 12 coil groups. A single coil itself is a coil group here. A coil group can have one coil only, 2 coils, 3 coils or whatever number of coils. Anyway, one coil group, it is equal to number of half the number of poles. 24 total poles divided by 2, 12 poles in a phase section. This is known as what? Half coil winding. And the connections are end to start. You can see this end, it is connected to the start of next. And this is finish to start of next. This is the method for half coil winding, and this is widely used for ceiling fan. In small shops and all, if you have seen, the people will be winding in one direction continuously for one pole, and what they do is they will be continuing in the opposite direction for the winding, and they will be continuing in the opposite direction. How? If in the ceiling fan winding shops and all, how they are doing? A single coil they will be doing in one direction and returning, and they will be doing in the opposite direction, and this will be coming and they will be coming in the first direction itself. So this is the way half coil windings are generally wound in practical condition. Now we'll be just seeing single layer winding. A single layer winding, it is easy to tell. Let us say we are having one slot. In the machine slot, we know this is one slot, as you know. In one slot, if only one coil side is available, so this is one coil side, this is another, this is another, this is another coil side. So we are seeing four coil sides in the slots, and each coil side will be only in single slot. This type of winding, it is known as single layer. So this is known as single layer winding. So single layer winding will be having only one coil side per slot, only one coil side per slot. So we can calculate the number of coils as number of slots divided by 2. If a single layer winding machine data is available, if number of slots, let us say 36 slots are there, 36 slots are there, 36 divided by 2, there should be 18 coils. 18 coils, okay? So the number of coils will be 18 coil. So if the problem is given with single layer winding and number of slots are given, we can calculate the number of coil. If this is understood, double layer winding we can understand in a single slot there will be two coil sides. So we can say this coil side is lower part and this coil side is upper part. So a single slot will be having two coil sides. Generally one is called lower and one is called upper. The lower placed item lower coil side and upper placed item upper coil side. So a single coil slot, if it is having two coil sides, it will be known as double layer winding. And in double layer winding, number of coils will be equal to number of slots. If it is having 36 slots, how many coils it should be having? 36 coils itself. So 36 slots means 36 coils should be there for a double layer winding. In the next video, we will be continuing the terminology as part 4.